All right, what is going on, Ghosts and Ghouls? It's Montavious back with the Empty Crypt, and today we are joined by Sarah Voigt. Now, for the people who have not seen Terrifier 2, I mean, can you give us who you are and what you do?
In the movie?
No, just overall.
Overall, who I am, I'm Sarah Voigt. I am an actor. And I, for all intents and purposes, was the mom in Terrifier 2, Barb.
Nice. Now, how did you get your career in acting? I know that you were doing commercials and modeling. So how did that lead into the whole film realm?
Um, I kind of took on some smaller parts here and there, like nothing substantial. And I got an agent, I want to say in 2019 or late 2018. Like it wasn't too far off from Terrifier. And Terrifier was the first audition I really got. And it was from them. And that's kind of it.
Really? So, but you've acted in other things prior to Terrifier, right?
Yeah, like I said, like really small things, like a little web series, an independent film. Like I was so focused on the commercials and the print because that's where I made all my money that, the acting wasn't really coming to me. So I was like, all right, let me just stay in my lane. And then, things changed.
Wow. So kind of just walk us through, like, how was the audition for Terrifier? Like your agent was like, hey, there's this movie, and you're like, okay, let's do it.
You get the breakdown. You've been submitted, here's the audition. And this was a self-tape before self-taping was really a thing. And I actually auditioned for Allie's mom. And I did that. I booked that. And fast forward a couple of weeks, Damien calls, first time I've talked to the guy, and he's like, hi, can you read for Barbara? And I was like, sure. And I think they had lost who they originally had on board for the role. And so I laid down a tape for that, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, who would have thought, did you ever think that this movie would just do what it's doing? I mean, it's remarkable. It's remarkable.
And you know what? It's like, shame on me, because let me tell you, Lauren and Elliot were prepared. And I kind of went and I was like, whatever, it's just this freaking dumb independent horror film, like super low budget, like whatever. And it was really fun. Like I loved it all. But I was like, nothing's coming of this, like whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, who would have thought? And I think the reason why so many people love Barb or love you in this is because, like, you honestly remind people of their mother in this, because, America tries to paint this like perfect mom, like that doesn't cuss, that doesn't swear or anything. And you're just like letting it rip, So I think a lot of people love that.
Yeah, that's the feedback I've gotten. And I didn't go in with that character. Like we didn't really have a table read. So I had worked on Barb, and she was nice. She was your typical horror movie mom. And so when I got to set, the dinner scene was our first scene to tape. And Damien was like, no, she's not nice. She's a mean. And I was like, what? He's like, she's not a nice person. Like she's caring, but she's not an inherently comforting mom. And I was like, oh, so she's like my mom.
Right. See?
And I adore my mom, like she's like my best friend. But look, and so I was like, okay. And then he kept pushing me into the point. I'm sure there's some takes out there where it looks like I'm having a stroke because like she loses her mind.
And I was so sad to see you go. I mean, I'm hoping you can come back for like maybe like a cameo or something. I don't know.
How?
Like maybe like how like the little pale girl embodied you in that one in the last scene. So maybe something like that. Because it was cool seeing you, kind of like the little pale girl.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody picked up on that. Nobody's really touched on that. And they've like, out of all of it, it was sort of like a Passover.
Yeah, see, no, I was like, yeah, no, we got to get Sarah back somehow, some way, because I feel like everybody, okay, at first, people were like, okay, yeah, I don't like Barb, you know. But then like after like you're like, you know, wiping down the window and then art just you feel bad, you know? You feel bad.
Oh,
Oh my God, like this could be my mom, you know. So but just jumping into it, like what has Terrifier mean for you though? I mean, this has opened up a few doors essentially.
um, the quick and dirty response is like, actually, nothing really came of it.
Like as
Uh,
far as like convention realm.
oh, in the convention realm, that's the real answer, is that the horror community has been so welcoming and so fun and so cool. And I've made friends that like never in another world would I have met. It's that part is like so awesome. And I have my next one in October, and I think that's the first time we're all together again.
Sure, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to seeing all my new friends. Like, I can't wait.
For sure. Like I was hoping, because I just got Jonas booked for a show in Canada, and
Oh,
I was Canada, and they just announced them today. So I was hoping, I don't know, because I hope they get to bring you guys out. I don't know.
there's some promoter war, sort of like the Montagues and the Capulets. Some of us can be here, some of us can't. I don't understand it, so
See, I'm
I'm
right,
happy for you guys.
I'm right there with you. I do not understand the beef that's in this convention realm. It's a great, so for anybody who's gonna be watching,
It's a
it's
real
great,
beef though.
but it's beef.
Yeah,
And I'm
like
like, oh, it's like over what though? Like there is money in it for everyone.
I can't, that's what I keep saying. I keep joking. I'm like, for Scarefest in October, I was like, are they even going to let us in the same room as like certain people? Are we going to be divided? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that one. Oh man, yeah, I'm excited to see how that one's gonna play out. Just because I know, like, I know one promoter and I won't say any names or anything, but I know one promoter that doesn't get along with the other promoter.
Uh,
But like, and it's like split down the middle because a certain promoter have a few cast members, and then the other one has some other ones. It's like, how's this gonna work?
um, is Fireball our go-to? Is that what got us through Indiana? Okay. I
Yeah,
feel like there will be a lot. Maybe it's bourbon. We're going to be Kentucky. Is that it?
true. Yes, there's
So
definitely bourbon on the table there. Ugh.
we will see.
But but sorry, sidetrack. No, so what all conventions have you done so far?
That's it. Just the two. The first one in Atlanta and then Indiana. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you like the whole convention realm?
Yeah. The first one took me off guard because I'd never done one before, like even as a guest. I really like it. I'm just really loving, like I said, meeting people. And just it's fun to just walk around, and I have like, conversations with people that I've met at the conventions, and everyone's been so nice. I like them. I really do.
So, I mean, were you a little apprehensive at first? Because I mean, usually people think like horror is weird in the first place, right? And you got a bunch of weird people, but then like you go to a convention after doing, a successful movie, and it's like you have all these fans that are just like that don't personally know you, but they know you, you know?
Yeah, it's
And
weird.
coming up to you like, oh my goodness, hi, Sarah, they're like, and you're like, oh hi, who are you? You know? So
Yeah.
like, how was that though?
That's
Just all
weird.
started.
I'm also like just really down to earth. I am who I am. I'm going to talk to this person the same way I'm going to talk to that person. Like, I've never been like that, where
Mhm.
I'm just really happy to be there, and people are spending their time and their money to come and see us. Like,
Yes.
that means the world to me. Like, that blows me away.
Yeah, like, and speaking of the money part, it is so expensive at these conventions between, like, I know in Atlanta, actually on the Terrifier cast, I think I spent roughly $1,200 on you guys, just getting everybody's autograph and yeah, insane. But luckily, I'm from Georgia, so I didn't have to stay at the convention. I just literally went to my mom's house.
Wait, you paid me for an autograph?
Well,
No.
this is before we got actually like familiar with each other.
Oh my God, that's awful.
No, it is not. I love every bit of it. Trust me, it was well worth it.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna make that up to you.
No, you're
Make that up to you. No, for sure.
no, you are
Oh,
good.
'cause you're part of the family, so like, no.
Well, this was way before like you guys
All
actually
right.
got to meet each other. So it was no, it was fun. It was a blast. So I can't wait for Scarefest. So I mean, I know you can't talk about anything coming up, but I mean, are you looking to do any more horror related things in the future, or are you just kind of
Um, I did something in January, very small part, almost like a cameo, for something coming out. And then I did an actual horror movie in April, which I can't say yet.
yeah?
I don't want to be on the cutting room floor. I'm praying I don't get cut because it's so good.
So and with that too, so how's the strike been going? I mean, I don't know how much you can elaborate on, but I know like
Really sucks. So April was like my only like I I had a good start to the year. April was the big book, and then the writer's strike.
mm,
You got to support them. So that affected us. And then we struck. And, I read an article yesterday that said if all of the big names, your Netflix, Amazon, Warner Brothers, whatever, gave 2%, each gave 2%, which is nothing off their
mm.
bottom line, this would be done.
How
Done.
sticky can someone be? 2%. That's nothing.
2% is nothing. They sneeze 2%. Like, and so that's where it's sort of, it sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. We all just want to work and be creative and like,
Yeah. So I mean, because just like me, I had no idea what actually the strike involved. And I didn't know how much it affected you guys. So like, you're essentially not allowed to do any type of work. I mean, or can you? Like, can you do like?
if
Is it
it
like
was in the can prior to the strike, you can. If it's something coming up, you can get a waiver, but those are kind of going to the independent films. So I think we'll see a big resurgence of that.
okay?
Student films can go along, commercials, you can still do some voiceovers. But as far as like television and film, it's bad.
I wonder how long can this last? I mean, this can't last forever, right?
Well, I think it was Iger that said he's not going to go to the table until everyone loses their homes. I think that's what he said. So they're in no position to come to some sort of agreement. And in my opinion, I don't think what we're asking for is egregious. Like,
Yeah.
we want the residuals to be the same from that you get on network. Because there's no way to know how many times. So you think about how many times Terrifier has been streamed.
Yes.
Say that was a studio movie. You're not getting $1 from any of that.
That's true.
That's crazy.
And that's almost like robbery in a sense. That's your
Highway
body.
robbery. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And we're
That-
peons. Like, I'm a no name. I'm a working actor. I book. I'm lucky enough to get something like once a month.
Mhm.
I'm like, that covers the rent. Yeah, it's wild. Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox.
No, you're fine. Because I mean, this is affecting so many people across the board, and the fact that like someone mentioned he wants people to lose their homes. That's crazy to me. All over 2%. You're
Yeah,
making billions.
they're making billions, and then they want to use your image with AI for 100 years.
They can
And
do that.
Yeah, they want to get rid of background extras. So they would hire someone for the day rate. They own their face now, and essentially they would be able to, whoa, what's going on outside? They would be able to use that image for eternity. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
That's scary, and that's crazy. Oh wow. I didn't know it was this like in detail. Like,
Oh
wow.
yeah, you should go read it, and like your jaw will hit the floor.
God, I remember I was speaking with Olga. I remember I was speaking with Olga a few days ago, and she was saying how a lot of, I'm sorry,
She's so cool.
huh? Olga? Oh, you talking about Olga?
She's so
Oh,
cool.
she's she's amazing. What was I saying? I was talking to her a few days ago, like over text or whatever, and we were kind of talking about the strike and all that good stuff. And she's like, some people don't even get paid. Some people just like they say, "Hey, we'll just give you exposure. Come do this whole entire." I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I wish more people knew, because like I said, like a regular person like myself, I'm not gonna know. And
Mhm.
I feel like it would be more supportive if everybody, I mean, there's information out there now, but the common people need to know, like, this is robbery going on right now. This is crazy.
Yeah. And we do it because we love it. And if you work as a local hire somewhere, but you're still spending money on your transportation, you're still like keeping your day jobs, you
Yeah.
know, it's all guts and little glory, to be honest.
Other than if you're on Terrifier too, of course.
Unless
I
you're a
mean,
Terrifier too, and then it's all guts.
you are world renowned. Like everybody wants to be a piece of this freaking franchise right now. No,
I
but
know.
how does it feel though to be a part of something that is monumental and like groundbreaking?
Wild. Wild. I don't think it's hit me. Really.
Watch 20, 30 years from now when people are talking about like how Terrifier 2 did. I mean, watch it'll hit you then. 20,
It
30 years.
changed the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I think it's a blessing and a curse in the same time. And the reason why I say that is because it's great for indie filmmaking. It's motivating people, but then when you start to get the market saturated with films that people think are good but aren't really that quality, then it starts to decline a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think we will be the bar, and Barb will always be the bar. And I can't wait to see how many people come barbing.
That's true. That is true. Now, have you seen anybody like crossplay as you yet?
Well,
No, it's coming. It's coming.
I
Spooky
don't
season.
know.
I don't know. I feel like there's some moms out there that are just crazy about Terrifier, and they may try to pull off your look.
It's the dads.
So getting into that makeup, like, how did you feel? Because I mean, you looked creepy. Like, I kind of got scared for a minute.
There was no makeup.
There was no makeup.
No.
That was CGI.
No. So they did the cast, like
Uh huh.
they made the fake me, and then they literally took Barb out back and shot her in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, not that part.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what?
No, the part when you were the little pale girl.
Oh my God. So that was added on.
So that wasn't originally a part of it.
No, no. Damien called and was like, "Hey, can you come to Philadelphia at like midnight on like Tuesday?" I was like, "Okay," because you just say yes to Damien, like you don't say no. And it's like 5 a.m. He's like shoving his finger in my eye, trying to put the contact in. And then they just spackled some blood, put the pony. And I remember I took the Amtrak home. We must have wrapped at like 7 a.m. or something crazy.
Mhm.
And I hadn't really washed it all off. And I'm like passed out in my seat. The conductor taps me and was like, "Ma'am, are you okay?" I'm fine. Like,
That is serious. See, I'm actually gonna have something made of you.
okay.
Because I know a few special effects artists and they create different things for me. So you're next. You're next on the list. I hope. Is that creepy?
Yeah.
Is that creepy though to know that somebody's gonna like have your face on their wall?
No, it's good. There's a
Okay.
color, there's a color book coming out.
Really? Ooh. Has that been
There-
announced?
It hasn't been announced.
Ooh. So
The little birdie told me there might be a Terrifier color book coming out.
I may wait a little bit to air this thing because I don't want people knowing. No, but that's awesome. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. It has
Oh,
been
great.
phenomenal to chat with you. So we definitely got to run this back, sometime whenever you're available. But anything you want to say to all the crazy, Terrifier fans out there?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wouldn't be here without you. So I mean, that's sums it up.
For
Nothing but
sure.
love.
All right, Miss Sarah. So do you mind just sticking around for like a few more minutes? I have some guests in here that wants to say hello. So I'll stop recording and so they can speak to you.
Yeah.